Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who had no regrets. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Worked as an orthopedic nurse for 2 years. The orthopedic director was not only a tyrant, but he also didn't believe people had any pain after having a total knee replacement. I frequently got orders from him for Tylenol when patients said they were in agony. I sat beside so many times holding the hands of innocent little old ladies who were in excruciating pain. I spent so much of my shift calling the doctor and demanding pain medication for suffering people, only for him to order non-narcotic pain relief, ice walking massage. He finally blew a gasket one day and codified all the things we had to try before contacting the physician for pain relief. The smug prick even codified it into policy. One day I arrived for work to find all my coworkers arguing about taking a patient. This wasn't news, because we had any number of frequent flying Karens who could make your shift awful. The patient was the doctor. He had a total knee done. I had a smile as big as the Grinch on Christmas when I volunteered to take him. On assessment, he rated his pain a 10 on a 0 to 10 scale. I told him his pain couldn't be that bad, it's just knee surgery. Didn't you tell me it doesn't hurt? Doctor demanded I get him some IV morphine. No can do, doc. You're not the physician on this case, and it's policy that we try all these other things before I call. I made him work through the whole list just like everyone else before. At the end of my shift, he was crying so hard. He was blowing snot bubbles. I don't feel bad at all. After his stay, his orders changed to include pain medication. Wow, what a butthead of a doctor. Some people, they just don't have any sympathy at all. They have to go through the same thing and then they'll understand. Oh my gosh. You're a freaking doctor, for goodness sakes. You're supposed to help the patients. You're supposed to relieve the pain, man. How could you? I'm glad they did that because now he learnt his mistake and now he fixed it. A drunk driver hit my parked car, left a huge dent in the front driver's side door, and then drove away. I happened to be looking out the window at the time and saw the whole thing, including his plate number. Cops got there not long after and took my statement. After a couple days and a couple phone calls, I found out nothing was going to come of it because he was the son of the sheriff the next county over. Fast forward a couple months. I see his car parked behind a local bar within walking distance of my apartment. I got out my hunting knife and sliced all 4 of his tires and made a couple trips around it, destroying the paint job. How annoying must that be when you just know you just can't do anything? Because even if you call the cops, he's the sheriff's son. My mum lost 2 kids before I was born. Absolutely destroyed her. When I was about 13, my dad and I had a petty argument and he responded with, "You should have died like the other 2. And I punched him in his mouth. I'm glad they did that. I mean, I don't like violence. I really don't like violence. But if someone actually said that, oof, they deserve to be punched, definitely. Went full Ralphie on one of my school bullies. Basically punched him until the teacher pulled me away. No regrets. He had it coming. He never bothered me again and said, "Hey mate, I never knew you had it in you." Yeah, thanks. Teacher pulled me aside and said I'd not be punished because she understood why I did it. But don't ever do that again in my class. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad they didn't get in trouble for it. I thought they would. Stole a dog that was being neglected. Oh my gosh, I would never regret that. I would say they did the right thing too, honestly. If you see a dog being abused and they're just not being loved, you just want to take the pupper home with you and give them the love that they deserve, right? I shouted and humiliated a boy to save him from guys going to jump him. I told him he was gonna get jumped and he didn't believe me, so I said nasty things and he ran home. When he was gone, the guys were gutted they didn't get a chance to beat him, but that kid I think of every few years randomly. I humiliated him in front of a girl he crushed on. She was in on him getting jumped. I made real fun of him. His face before he ran home was so sad and upset. I hope I didn't change him for it. It killed me, but at the same time, I'm glad he didn't get hurt by them. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Sweet kid, we were 13 in a park. Oh my gosh, why is this so sad? They were being nice, but on the outside, they seemed to be the worst person. But they were being nice, Oh, This makes me sad. Like, the kid is probably gonna remember this for the rest of his life as something that's like very embarrassing for him, but he didn't even know that he was gonna get beat up that day and that he was saved. This makes me sad for some reason. I'm heartbroken. I just hate being misunderstood, you know? It's just so sad when someone else is misunderstood as well. My ex was cheating on me with his coworker and didn't even respect me enough to try to hide it. Coworker knew about me and didn't seem to care. The house we lived in was mine, so I kicked him out. I knew he'd go stay with homewrecker, so I put the hottest hot sauce I could find into the bottle of lube and left it on top of his neatly folded clothes on my front step. I never heard what happened one way or the other, but boy do I hope I got them both hot. Wow, the both of them belong together. How do you proceed to still be with someone when you know they already have someone else? Like, why are you stooping that low? And the ex didn't even try to hide it. Like, come on, these people are trash. When I was 14-ish years old, I had this neighbor always parking his car next to my fence where I came out of my house to take my bike out so I could ride to school. If he parked his car there, I had to lift my bike over the fence and run around or climb over with it because I couldn't open the gate. Anyways, I got pissed off. He was a new neighbor and never talked to us, so I saw it as rude. I started keying his car. It was an alleyway with no cameras and his windows couldn't see it. Every time that car was there, key marks appeared. One day he asked my mum if she knew about it, and of course she didn't know because I never told her, but I heard him say if he catches whoever does it, he'll kill them, as he spent £500 on repairs. Fast forward 2 weeks. He still parks there, but I stopped keying his car for a bit till the heat dies down. He now has a dash cam in his car and I get paranoid it's always filming, so when I get my bike, I over-exaggerate the fact I'm missing his car. Then one day, coming home from school, I am in the entrance of the alley fixing a puncture to my wheel and he swerves in, nearly hitting me, and starts raging that I'm in his space and he needs to get indoors as soon as possible. I have loads of stuff on the floor where I'm fixing my bike, so it takes me a minute, but he starts swearing at me, picking up my stuff and moving it into our driveway. This is the last straw, so I wait until late nightfall, around 11 p.m, and wait until I know he's asleep. I go into the alley and start deflating all his tires. Then I key his door handles and petrol cap, and to finish off my master plan, I told my friend about it, and he gave me some super glue his dad had. This was some seriously strong stuff. I apply it to every opening I could see and his windscreen wiper blades and hide as much evidence as I can. Fast forward to the next morning and everything breaks loose. There's police at all of our neighbors' door appealing for witness statements and CCTV. The neighbor is absolutely livid, pacing outside his house and screaming at the police officers. I was scared because I thought he may have known it was me, but I never heard anything more from it after we told the police we didn't know anything. From that day on, he never parked there again and actually got a driveway installed in his house. Turned out to be a nice guy and often invited us for barbecues, and I used to even go over to play on his son's PS3 when they were over. Turns out the total damage caused to that from my efforts was more than the car's value and he had to scrap it. I was too young to really know anymore, but I think back to it sometimes and have no regrets. Whoa! Wow. That must mean that neighbor must have like offended so many people because he didn't know who it was. You know, like surely if you don't offend a lot of people, you can like pinpoint one person that would do it. But the fact that he didn't even know just says a lot of people probably didn't like him. But I'm surprised that he turned out to be like a good person. You know? Wow, that took a turn. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!